So Simon Servida recently did a video where he and 3 other producers flipped 4 different samples in their own particular style. Now these weren't just any ordinary samples, they were the iconic and infamous copyright-free samples made by Kevin Mcleod. I'm pretty sure that you probably wouldn't recognize his tracks by name, but once you listen to it, a light bulb is definitely gonna go off in your head. I've even used one of his samples frequently in my videos without even knowing. It's the famous elevator music. So today I'm gonna go on YouTube and find one of his tracks and try and flip it into my style, which is lo-fi, by the way, for you new viewers. So let's get into the video. But before that, continuing on from last week, I finished The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, and I started the second book in the series, The Well of Ascension. I really love The Final Empire, so I'm really looking forward to this even more. Now let's get into the video. I'll play you a couple of his tracks. Let's see if you recognize it. There's a 90% chance that you definitely will. This is Sneaky Snitch. Scheming Weasel. You're not going to recognize any of these songs by their name or by their composer. For the few people that do, fair play to you. But I know that you recognize at least one of those 2 tracks. And anyway, now we have to find a song to sample. For those of you who are going to be wondering how I'm going to be sampling off of YouTube, I have a tool for you. Google Chrome has provided an extension called Sample. This is the best thing I've used to sample. I'll show you how to record it after we find a freaking track. For context, I'm trying to look for a track without drums in it, so that'll be easier to work with. So my original plan was to flip a more famous track of Kevin Mcleod, but then listening to it, I'm not really getting any ideas. So I found another track of his called Darkest Child. I haven't personally heard this before. If you have, let me know in the comments, but this is what it sounds like. I think I can make a really good sleepy lo-fi with that melody. So I'm just going to sample this. So now, as you can see, it's been recorded. Simple as that. So that's all I need. So I'm just going to trim it right in this editor itself before I download it. I think it was right there. And the sample started over there. So now let's rename it into Darkest Child. And we can download it. There. So here is the sample that I've sampled. I checked and the tempo was 129. Another thing you have to notice is that the time signature is not 4/4. It's 3/4, I think. So I'm going to change that real quick. Clean sample. Look at that, a clean sample. This is obviously too fast for a lo-fi track, especially a sleepy lo-fi track. Let's try 120. So after listening to it again and again, I realized that I don't have to go for a dark vibe. I could play with the relative major of the scale that this song is in. It sounds pretty dark and moody right now, but I'm just gonna change that. Listen to this. If I stretch it and make it a little bit longer. Maybe make it 130. 150. There's that one note that's screwing everything up. So I thought it was a string pluck that was screwing it up, but it's the bell melody itself. The second note of the bell melody that's not supposed to be there. First of all, let's slow this down again. I think I like what I have right here. I'm just going to consolidate this. Bam. So now that's one sample we can work with instead of having to rely on multiple little segments. So since the consolidated file contains the effects from the original, we can just go ahead and delete this EQ and reverb. Otherwise, they'll be double EQ'd and double reverb. I'm going to put some tape lo-fi on it. So in the original video by Simon Servida, he gave the producers 5 minutes to flip the sample, and it's already taken me like 20 minutes to flip this. I would have failed immediately. Bruh. So it's a good thing I didn't keep a timer, but then we've got our sample right now, and let's just work from here.
2 hours later.
So I had to do some sampling, and then resampling, and then resample again, and I think I finally got something. I think it's been about like 20 minutes since I started playing with this, and this is what it sounds like. Let's give this a nostalgia feel overall. So I'm going to be using a lot of tape lo-fi. This is actually nice. This is very nostalgic. If you've heard of the lo-fi artist named Alex, he's got a vibe like this, a very nostalgic vibe. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this simple, really simple. Only thing that's missing from this is a nice little vinyl crackle, or like rain, soft rain and crackle. Wow, the answer to my prayers. This was a little difficult. I had a tough time with that sample, but yeah, let me just do a little bit more mixing, and after that, this is what it's gonna sound like. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. If you like this video, go and check out our other videos. I guarantee you like them just as much as this. Make sure to join our membership, by the way. It just opened up, where you can get the processed and unprocessed version of all these stems, and you can get the full mixed and mastered wave track. All of that will be available in the membership. It'll be in the description, so go and check that out. And yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next week.